Hey, what's up, everyone? Bob, your host for the Tuesday Night Live Show, welcome you all here for July 25th. That's right, Christmas in July tonight. How about that? This is our episode 24, and we are so excited to be back home. We'll talk more about that with our whole host of panel. Our Tuesday Night Live whole family is here tonight. So, without further ado, let's just go ahead and run the first play, and we'll go from there. Also, the opening of tonight's show was brought to you by Setbob's Professional Technical Training School for Christmas Entertainers. The legend lives on. This is Tuesday Night Live. This is the big Branson School of Santa's 2023 recap show. We got a whole bunch of folks coming in with me. Let's just bring them all in and start this party off right. Uh-oh, Spangle's so wore out he's sleeping. Scott, Rex, Santa Mel, Jessica, and there's AJ. Hey, AJ.
I hear my name. This is going to be kind of a free-for-all. There's going to be people interrupting other people and talking over other people. So right off the bat, I want to apologize for Santa, Scott, and Jessica.
Wrong.
Oh, my goodness. I'm not going to touch that with a 10-foot pole.
Hey.
Deanna says, why is Spangle
I'm
tired?
going to just go ahead and apologize for Spangle.
Did you hear that, Spangle?
To do all the work. Yeah, I read that. That's probably about,
you're muted.
Probably about 90% true.
Well, no, you were a busy fella for sure. You was on the go. The one thing that did make it a lot better this year, and kudos to Scott Sheraton. He had a two-way radio set up for all of us. We were in contact with each other, really simple, instead of chasing you all over the complex and property when you were there.
Except that one there, I was telling jokes.
It was so much easier with the two radio. Yes, I'm tired. Two-way radio. We'll get it out one way or the other. So, Scott, what do you take from the weekend? The 2 weeks.
I wore this hat tonight for the reason that it was in honor of the lady in charge that ran the show. So for Jessica, so the master of ceremonies or mistress of ceremonies. I don't know if we ever decided what it was.
And the mistress of the dark.
Oh, shit, look.
But no, my take of it is that for all those that didn't come, you better come next year because it was definitely a production, and T&L Productions. Well, maybe Spangle will give us some kudos on that. Rex, Melissa, Bob, even the filming. I mean, if it wasn't for Rex, you wouldn't have got the footage. The new camera delivered on Wednesday, I guess. And I said, Rex, here's the new camera. He says, you know how it works? I said, I don't have a clue. He says, where's the box? So he went through the directions and figured it out. And I think we got some good footage over, all over the whole weekend. And Melissa, I can't thank you enough for everything you did. You're talking about the spotlight queen. I mean, she was spot on every time we needed her. So that's
and you know what? You know what? We saw Mel jump up to that spotlight.
I seen that once.
She did a leap up the side of that riser that the spotlight was on,
Yeah, did you
I
see the
mean,
next phone call from the geological survey that there was measured on the Richter scale?
Oh.
That jumped up that way?
now see, I thought it was very graceful and Olympic worthy myself, but
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
What are we going to have, the TNL Olympics next?
That would be fun.
I wouldn't have made it.
And of course, hey, where did Jessica go? Jessica.
She's
Well,
probably going to get
there
her hat.
because the name's there.
light bulb burnout.
I told you, the mistress of the dark.
Oh my goodness. Well, we was just going to review everything that she had going on all weekend, from emceeing, opening up ceremonies, all the way through to the very end, even hosting the Q&A session, which I thought went pretty well this year. Rex, what did you think about that last Q&A session that we did?
I thought both of them were really excellent.
Mhm.
It went much smoother with the moderator. And thank you, Jessica, for setting that up and being the moderator for us. I thought it made go much smoother. We had a really good mix of people. On that first weekend, we actually had more ladies on the panel than we did men, which was a first for us. And then the second panel, we had two fairly new Mrs. Clauses as part of the panel to give us a whole different perspective in answers.
And they were spot on too, Rex. They did an excellent job. Brought it, like I say, brought in a new perspective. And I was excited about everything that happened this week. Me and Spangle was talking earlier today about how we thought things went, and there was a couple of glitches with the a few things behind the scenes, but really and truly, we got to say that the whole 2 weeks pretty much went flawless on our end.
Well, keep in mind, Bob, a lot of the flaws that we saw behind the scenes, nobody really realized even happened.
Well, I mean, they had air conditioning issues one afternoon. I was talking about the hotel mainly. They had air conditioning issues one afternoon, but they got right back on it, got it fixed. Matter of fact, they fixed it so well that people were screaming it was too cold in there. So, and then of course the issue with the elevator overheating that one day. But when you got 100 plus on the first week, we had 108, I think, was your total count, right, Spangle, on the first week, and 87 on your second week. And when you got that many folks going up and down the elevator all day long, from room to class to room, backwards and forth, I'm surprised it held up as well as it did.
And they were sample sizes.
Yeah, that's it. All the people that were riding it were pretty much Santa-sized.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
Gave that elevator a workout.
Exactly.
Hey, Bob, go ahead.
Yes, Scott. Go ahead, Scott.
Well, we all were behind the scenes and in front of the scenes. Let's ask AJ just for a short blip from him to tell us what he thought and what he got from the school.
That's right. He was an attendee this year and came on a scholarship, actually. Him, his mom, Connie, and his dad, Mr. Bayless. And so, AJ, give us your perspective, man, from the other side, from the classroom side.
It was amazing. I learned so much. It's like I was shocked.
Yeah, I noticed you were down there taking lots of notes. Did you go home and study those notes?
My dad took the notes. I did not.
Well, kudos to that.
Why don't you holler for your mom and dad to come in here and see what they thought of it being not in the Santa community?
Hold on 1 second.
Hey, one thing you can say though about the hotel staff,
amazing.
Were right on almost anything that we told them. They were right on it. They were very courteous. They took care of room situations. People wanted to switch rooms because they wanted a balcony or whatever. I mean, they were right. They were right on everything. They were very gracious.
Yes, they were, and even the folks that did the maid work or clean up each day, they were super friendly. There every morning to do their job with a smile on their face.
Well, there's
a lot of housekeeping. A lot of hotels you go to housekeeping, those folks are not the happiest.
So let's ask Dad now, being not in the Santa world that you are. What did you think of the event and the people attending the event, and if they were welcoming, not welcoming, how if they were a family like or not?
Oh, everyone was welcoming. It was like a family of it in and of itself. I had a very good time. Actually, wasn't sure what to expect when we were going out, and I was pleasantly surprised. I enjoyed everyone's company, and uh, I know that's probably one of the first times AJ's taken the initiative to do a lot of stuff on his own, being out there with everyone. So very welcoming and accommodating to him. Thank you.
Good. Thank you.
Well, we were glad to have you and hope to see you again.
I kind of have a sneaking suspicion you will.
All right, Jessica. So you haven't given us your
Wait,
2
hold on,
cents.
hold on, hold on. We're enjoying the silence. Okay, let's go to Santa Mel. No. Okay, Jessica.
Be nice.
Actually, Connie had sent me, messaged me to make sure that AJ's on our return members list. So because I can't remember if the card didn't get in or it got in late, but they wanted to make sure that I contacted Tanya and let her know that they definitely want to come back to the school. So I think they had a great time.
Good.
We had a lot of people make a pledge to come back for our next year. So which is, I think, in a testament to itself. I mean, when people are feeling good, like, not only did they have a great time, but they can see the
value.
Well, not just the value, the asset of, the curriculum that we have, the family environment, the fellowship, we do try to kind of keep the day moving so that way people don't, feel like they're not getting, some bang for their buck. We probably could slow it down a little bit if there's anything that I could say. But I really think that just shows how much people love coming to the school, because we have a lot of repeat people, and because each school is different every year. It's not the exact same school. I think that also is an added bonus to it as well.
Yeah, I think so. I know with the cards that we got in now. Of course, we're only doing 1 year next year, or 1 week, 1 year. We're gonna do it for a year.
That's a whole year. I can't do it, Spangle.
I'm out. I can't do a whole year.
Hey,
Rex, you in for a whole year?
we're doing it 1 week next year. But if everybody follows through that put the cards in, we are 75% full.
And think about that, Spangle, with the layout that you showed me before we left the other day. That only leaves you room for about 40 more spots or so.
Yeah.
So if you're going next year, 2024, you better get your name in the hat quick, because it won't last long.
Yeah, visit our website. Of course, it won't be updated for probably another month or so. But visit the website. It tells you who to talk to, Tanya Lay.
Because the contact doesn't change. I mean, Tanya is our go-to person when it comes to registration and hotel reservations. It's all channeled through one person. So therefore, we don't have multiple people taking on, multiple tasks. So there's no confusion. And you feel like you have kind of like a what is that, concierge? Yeah.
Concierge.
She's awesome in the aspect that, let's say you're wanting to go to a show after the school or before the school, or you get into town early or stay late. She's able to make all those accommodations for you. And, so you get to really explore Branson, in addition to going to the show. And so that never changes. That, even though the website is not updated for next year, that contact information is current.
Right. And literally, that lady does not stop working. I mean, during the school, I have a meeting with her every morning at 7:00 at the school, and we're talking. And like on Friday and Saturday when we do the coffee with the clauses, we have donuts for it. She even goes and picks up the donuts and brings them in for us.
Yeah.
She reached out to me and my wife and Angela the second week every morning to make sure that we didn't need anything, if everything was okay. She is just so wonderful. Absolutely love Tanya. Easiest person in the world to work with, I'll tell you.
And if
Well,
you're
their whole office it's Branson Ticket and Travel, and they're just a phenomenal office. I mean, there's somebody that we make a request. It usually happens within 2 days at the most. I mean, it's just you can't really ask for that personal kind of service every single time. And we're going on, this next year will be our 6th year. So, we're just more than happy. And she's part of our team. So
Yes, absolutely.
if
So
anybody's
before we go,
traveling to Branson on their own at a different time of year, anytime, Tanya's still your contact person. She will
Yeah.
take good care of you, help you with your rooms, whatever you need. She will. She is the girl on the spot in Branson.
And I'm going to throw this out there too. Even if you want to make a trip out to California or whatever, they are a travel agency. They can help you with that too. But I'm going to throw something out there to the internet world that even this panel of people don't know about next year. We're going to do something on Wednesday at the school that because I had a lot of requests for this and asked if I would be doing this anytime soon. So we've been thinking about from 1 to 3 on Wednesday, we're going to do a balloon class. It'll be $25 extra. And if you want to come in a day early and take a balloon class, because I just don't want to be tied down to one spot during the actual school time.
yeah.
I have one question for Spangle. Does that mean we have to come in on Sunday now?
No, Saturday.
Wait a minute. You're trying to put that together on Wednesday?
Yes.
Okay.
What's wrong with that?
Well,
I
don't think you remember how much setup goes on Wednesday. I mean, we're doing sound checks, we're doing projectors.
All right, it's 2 hours. Thank you, world.
I know. Well,
he can do it in the vendor room.
We can do it just about anywhere.
It's true too.
Yeah.
Oh, before we go on, let's catch a couple of the comments here before they get away from us. Jeff West says, "Hello, everyone. What a great weekend. Wonderful to finally meet everyone in person." That's one of Mel's brothers up there in the MAPS organization. Let's see what else we got here. Why is Spangle tired? He had a team. Oh, okay, we already mentioned that one from Deanna. Connie, AJ's mom says, "You'd have never known there were any glitches. Everything was run so smoothly." Someone else, I'm not sure, Facebook user, "It takes a lot of work to make something look easy." There was a couple down here. Let me go on down the page. Okay, Facebook user, again, I'm not sure who this is, says, "I just want to say thank you to Spangle as well as everyone else who had part in this school. I was blessed, had a blast, and learned so much." Larry Davis from Larry Davis. Connie says, AJ's mom says, "Honestly, I could not ask for a better group of people for AJ to look up to. Everyone was so kind and welcoming. And like Andy said, it was like a big family."
I like this other comment that Connie said too.
Which one?
I should also like to thank Georgetta and the kitchen staff. They work so hard as well.
Oh yeah. You can't have a school of Santas without a kitchen staff, and the kitchen staff every year has been phenomenal. But this year, I think it ran smoother and was more efficient and spot on throughout the whole 2 weeks. I mean, we went from 1 week to 2 weeks, Mangle. That's a big chore.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to tell you how well
the kitchen
staff
several
did.
times.
I'm going to tell you how well the kitchen staff did. I gained 5 pounds. I got to get to work now that I'm home and get it back off.
Yeah, me too.
5 is all. I think I gained 10 or 12. Goodness gracious.
I won't. I plead the 5th.
Well,
all right, Mel. Let's go to Mel. She hasn't got a chance to say what she thought about the weekend. She did mention the spot and jumping. Well, we'll let her tell the whole stories. But anyway, what did you think overall, Mel?
I was enjoying listening to you folks. I had an amazing time. I have a lot going on behind the scenes, but it was absolutely fun. I mean, from the minute we walked in to the minute we left, great times. I think hanging out with Spangle and the Tuesday Night Live crew and everybody was absolutely amazing. I did not know I could jump, 40 inches, 36 inches in the air, but by golly, I did it. Just an amazing time from Ed Taylor, for Miranda, from the reindeer farm, basically all the speakers, everything. You have a chance to take something away from, so you learn at any turn. Plus, you're having fun, and there's education, and you have these shows, and you're fed. I'm a fat girl from Arkansas, and that's always a good thing. And it's top notch. We really had a great time. I got to meet AJ in person, which was fantastic. And, hang out with Rex and Scott and Jessica and Bob and drive Spangle nuts. The second week we brought my little terrier up there, and he liked to terrorize people. I think the name was right. But even he had a good time, and Johnny was helping out, and he had a wonderful time.
Did. John jumped right in and helped. I mean, tear down him and Tracy, and Liz, his wife. Gosh, man, they jumped in. Of course, Santa Randy and Debbie from Kaufman, same way. We had some help tearing down, and that was greatly appreciated for sure. Now
I think we forgot about one of the most fun activities there that a lot of people talked about, and that was the parades.
Yes.
Yeah. It doesn't sound like a lot when you just go at face value. You really, truly have to be there and experience that parade. All the folks up and down the road, and folks on the weekend in July in Branson, it is bumper to bumper, show after show, folks trying to get from point A to point B. And we go in there with blockers, and we block off the intersections, and we block off and let everyone parade together. We all had some really cool lights that Stuff for Santa sells. Their overhead lights like patrol cars would have in red and green. How many of those did we have all told? Anybody ever get a count on
I bet we had about 12 cars with lights on them.
Gonna say it was a dozen or more that had lights on. And then everyone else with
cars.
plasters, all the flags that you hand out.
The first week, 52 cars, Spangle?
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
And we'll have footage too, because we had a drone take some footage.
Yeah, we haven't got to see that yet. We're waiting on that still too. Something that we did get to do though twice, and that was get pictures with the Chinese acrobats. That was pretty cool too.
That was cool.
Yeah,
I want to know if anybody got a picture of the police officer that was shaking his head at us as we were going down the street.
I wish somebody had them. I can't.
Legends, wasn't it?
Yeah, he just shook his head. But the police do know what we're doing, so
yeah. They say no harm in it. They know that we're professionals, and that.
But you could just read his lips going, "Oh no, here we go again."
Yeah.
But it'd be hard to write 50-something tickets, So he'd be there all night. We'd be done with the show, but he'd be handing them out as we left.
Yeah.
Well, that's not how Branson operates anyway.
Nope.
They would, if they didn't want us to do it, they would have showed up at the hotel before we even got a chance.
Yeah.
So
after year one, they would have.
Yeah. So, Branson
I'd hate
loves
to have to move
School
it
of
to a different town.
Santas. Huh?
I'd hate to have to move it to a different town.
Branson loves School of Santas. I mean, they even wrote up about us on their front page on their Branson Globe. Do you have the paper, Spangle? I think you're the one that took it.
Well, I gave that one away that was there left behind. But I have one.
I know I took a picture of it, but I'm still uploading files to my I took over 4,000 images, and I'm still trying to get them all uploaded.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, my finger hurts.
I can only imagine. I mean, you were clicking like all the time.
But Ivan took, I don't know how much footage he took on video.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, he was everywhere. Every time I looked up, he was in my face with either the flash camera or the video camera. He was amazing.
I was
Even
worried.
even during the
Free.
even during the parade, he was out in the middle of the boulevard filming.
Yep.
Oh,
What-
my brother, Ivan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
Oh, yeah.
only
Get run over.
not
Yeah,
only
he
was he
gave
out
me-
there, Rex, he went down, he passed us somehow and got ahead of us at the venue where we were going to see the shows, and was out there getting us as we was coming in, then would get us coming out of our cars going into the building. That guy was everywhere.
Yep.
Well,
That's 'cause
those
he's a
long
pro.
legs he has. He's pretty quick on his feet.
He is. Now I want to
That's
read a
'cause
comment
he's
here real
pro.
quick. Scott Becker says, Darcy and I had an amazing time. So great to meet everyone. And Spangle, don't forget to mention what a terrific asset that Faith is. Yet another Spangle Wrangler.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Oh yeah, poor Faith. You know, this was her first year with the whole school, and you know what? She's got to put that office back together, and you know, and she's been out for 2 weeks and trying to answer emails and do all that stuff. I mean, yeah, if we had our squeakers, Faith definitely deserves a round of squeaks.
Yes.
No, I didn't bring mine in here
Squeak,
with me.
squeak.
Now, also, we got to give kudos again to Georgetta, because Jetta Spangle did a video call with me earlier today, and she's been in there helping straighten the store back up. And you know, I don't know how they have the energy to do anything. I was literally running on empty today all day, and that was after 10.5 hours of sleep.
Well, you know, we got back and put all the stuff in the storage at the school stuff, and then Faith was at my office unloading the trailer for the store stuff. I came here, started working a little bit. 5, 6 o'clock, I told Faith, I said, I'm going to the house. She says, okay, I'll be here. But she was working. She coerced her little brother, he's 14 years old, to come in and help her.
That's cool. Randy
Yeah,
Millwood
after
says,
we
funny comparison, the faces on the sidewalks versus the faces of folks in cars trying to pull out.
Yes.
True story.
True story.
Yeah, after we got all that stuff in storage, I made it inside my house, and then I just died.
Ray Bradshaw said he stayed somewhere else and it wasn't so good.
Yeah, he didn't come to the school. He's talking about being at a different conference. I think he went to something in
Tim.
Dallas, and he was
He went
saying
to
at it.
Tim's class, yeah.
Oh,
Tim was in Dallas while we were all gone from down here.
Well, Hilton usually does a good job, so I'm really surprised they didn't have a good visit there. So,
well, I don't know if it was not a good visit or just the hotel didn't turn out well for him.
yeah, you know, sometimes with hotels, sometimes they have a good time, and sometimes they just, you know, can't seem to pull it together. And you know, that is definitely one of the things that I liked about where we stay, where we choose to host the school is, you know, they have their issues. Nobody's not going to not have issues, you know, but they do, you know, they listen to us, you know, they pay attention to, you know, we're able to pay attention to like when we need toilet paper or with paper towels and stuff like that. So we're able to get that message to them, and they're usually right on it within, you know, a few minutes after we've informed them. So
Yeah, and all the hotel maintenance guys gave me their numbers, so I had their numbers in my phone. So that was, you didn't have to go try to find somebody sometime.
Well, and
Yeah.
I got to give kudos to one of the maintenance men. It wasn't David; it was the other one. But short story: AJ lost his hat. One of his two Tuesday Night Live hats that they got when they first got there. Lost it. We were looking all over the hotel, from the break room to everywhere we could think of. And the other maintenance man told me, he says, if you can't find it, I'll buy him another one.
Aw.
Pretty cool. But he found it. It was in his dirty shirt, wadded up.
Oh, yay.
The other thing I'd like to mention is John, the assistant manager. He was there on his day off. He was there every time, anything you needed at any time. He'd come in there in the evening, make sure the copper, and we were happy in the evenings. And he got off at 3 o'clock. He was around all the time. He was always coming in, checking. and asking me, is everything okay? Y'all need anything? And that's just me from my side of it. And my thank you again to Eric and Moesha. They brought ramen noodles, Filipino, from the Filipino store in Killeen. And when Martin got a hold of those, it was a whole nother story. Him and John were best buddies because Martin would ask me, is the noodle man here still?
Is the noodle man.
Well, we had David working for us from the hotel too, and
David was phenomenal.
And helping, and he helped Scott set up and unload, and he helped me load out.
Yeah, David. I told David to change his phone number.
I think he helped Scott load in because he was excited for all the Santas to get there, and I think he helped load us out because he was ready for us all to leave.
All right, let's pick up another comment here real quick. This is also from Randy Millwood. Says, we stayed in a campground and were stopped one night late by people who had seen the paper article and just wanted, it jumped on me, hang on. Just wanted to thank School of Santas for the work of the Santas.
Very cool.
Now, AJ,
What?
did you lose today, buddy?
My shirt.
Oh, man.
For goodness sake.
Are we going to have to put a tracker on all that stuff? There you go, Scott. Talk to fancylees.com and see if we can get trackers on our stuff.
Okay, see if we can put trackers on it.
Right, AJ, yeah, put trackers on it so he won't lose it.
Yeah,
on his phone, right?
Shirt.
Not to jump away to something else, but Mel, I mean, you should have gave kudos to yourself. I'm telling you, I have never been to church that I have enjoyed a service more than Mel's 2 services that she did both weeks.
Oh, thank you.
Very, very heartfelt, very touching, very to the point, and you just have some kind of magic. I don't know what it is. I guess it's your Santa magic you put in your services too.
Oh, thank you, my friend. Thank you.
And give kudos for Tales from the Sleigh. What a phenomenal job you did on the interviews, Mel. I was very impressed.
Oh, thank you. That was the first time ever trying something like that. So thank you.
You did a great job.
Thank you guys for your patience. I learned a lot from y'all.
Well, Spangle, I think you ought to give Mel an official title as the pastor of School of Santas, because she does a great job.
We could probably do that.
Well, thank you.
Maybe you had that white collar.
Yeah.
Maybe we need to make you a School of Santas collar.
That could be something in the works. Talk to my church. I like the idea.
Not everything has to have branding on it. Not everything. I mean, the next thing we know, we're going to have School of Santa's branded toilet paper in the back.
Jessica,
don't give him
Wait a minute. I see his fingers working now to see if he can order it.
Hey, Jessica.
I'm surprised he didn't bring a tattoo artist in. Have us all have tattoos.
Yeah, Jessica, I don't know if you noticed this or not, but back up to a mirror.
Huh?
Back up to a mirror and see the School of Santa branding.
Why?
The derriere. You didn't notice that on you?
No. Oh, on my butt?
Well, I wasn't going with such words.
Bottom. Sorry.
They'll have it all School of Santa underwear, and the waistband will say School of Santa's on it. So
hey,
over and
I just want my T-shirt first. My shirt first.
I don't know. I got so many compliments on the naughty and nice tattoos, the temporary tattoos at the church service.
I don't think we brought these there, and I don't know if this is G-rated and these are G-rated and up or not, but we do have some things in our store that aren't always everywhere else. But we do sell Santa underwear in our store.
All right, Angela Mack, hit the 5-second button.
Hey, you know what? This is a good lead-in for us to do our first trivia question. So let's go ahead and roll the lead-in for schoolofsantas.com trivia. You guys ready?
I think he was trying to get rid of that screen. Stain free. Oh my gosh. Hello, everybody. Hello and hello.
Okay, well, let's see if Angela got a chance to type that in so she can pull it up on the screen because she and I are the only ones that have it. All right, pull them up. There you go,
All right.
Spank.
Trivia question number 1.
Ooh.
And this is to get your name in the hat to get one of the few seats that are already remaining for next year. What year was the American Inn in Branson originally built? When was it last renovated? The number of floors and rooms, total event space. And I can tell you, the School of Santas took every bit of that space and some. We were in storage rooms, even had stuff in there.
Yes, we was. And that's 5 different answers we need there, guys. So get
But
on.
I want to throw something out there too, Bob. You did such a great job selling tumblers at the school.
Uh-huh.
And you told them they didn't have to walk that other 25 feet to save some money. Well, we have the white School of Santa tumblers. We have the red ones. Whoops, that way. And we have the white ones. So red, white, and black ones. School of Santa. Whoops, I get turned around here backwards. Anyways, we're going to give them to you at the registration price of $15. And they're going to cost about $8 to ship it, so about $23. But you don't have to do those extra steps. We got a few left. We're going to do it.
Yeah, we had 2 different taglines going on up there at the registration desk. Rex was telling them that we were selling them for 15 and you didn't know it. And there were 20 in the store. And that was encouraging them. And I was telling them, you can get them for 15 here at registration. But if you walk another 20, 25 steps into the Spangle store where he sells them, he's going to charge you extra $5 for your steps.
Right.
So,
We'll
and Spangle, honestly, man, I don't think I know the first week out of the 108, 5 people did not buy. So we sold 103 that first weekend, and on the second weekend we were somewhere in the low 70s. There was a few others that didn't grab that the second go round. Well, but I think those were the ones that had already bought the first week that helped over from the first week to the second week. So.
Right.
I have to say though, those cups are awesome. I love getting putting ice cold water in it, because when you drink with the metal straw, it's so cold. It's like super refreshing. I mean, those mugs are amazing. And I like to give Spangle credit when credit's due, but that was probably one of his best ideas this year.
Anyways, let's do this one more time. What year was the American Inn in Branson originally built? When was it last renovated? Number of floors, number of rooms, and the total event space. Square foot.
Right. Now here's a great comment. I've got to go ahead and read this one. Since Spangle can sell ice, I've got ice cream on the brain from the hotel. Can sell ice to an Eskimo, I need to go back to work to pay for all the goodies I bought back home with me. Deanna Golden.
Hey, we need to also remind people what the cost will be next year, because we did, the shows are a little bit more than what they were before. So we do have to increase it just a little bit. But those that make that commitment to keep coming to the school every year, like if you take a break, you kind of lose your spot on that return rate, because if it's for those that come every single time that you get a reduced rate. But this next year, our rate, we've got Ken Smith that's asking for it.
$429.
$429. That's right. And this is, just to let everyone know, this is the 7th year since the conception of School of Santas. 6 classes because they had to cancel in 2019 due to COVID. 6 years straight, Spangle has. I'm going to put this out here, Spangle. You may get mad at me, but Spangle has lost money. Spangle throws a party. He doesn't care if he makes money, and I know y'all don't get it, but hey, he's got to go up, or he's going to end up in Sing Sing. He's going to go crazy.
And it's 2020.
Well, every year I'm saying, do we
2020.
really need to buy that? Do we really need this? I'm trying to be that, like, not an accountant or anything, but just to say, are you spending money just for the sake of spending money? And then Spangle says every single time, he goes, yes, I am.
He calls Scott and I every day to run something across, about what he's going to do or what he needs to do or what he wants to do. And I've been expecting any day now for him to call me and tell me he bought a whole complex of warehouses, because I think he already owns half of one anyway, with everything that you guys stored just for the school. Because he keeps reinvesting year in and year out with the money that is left over, goes back in to make it bigger and better every year.
Absolutely.
I think he's going to be ordering a Ryder truck to keep on site. Next. I mean, that's, instead of renting a U-Haul, it's just a Ryder truck. I'm just glad I didn't get a bigger trailer. He'd had me unload all my stuff and be hauling it if I'd had a longer trailer.
Well, this time we had to get the biggest U-Haul they had and a trailer to get down there.
Yeah.
2 of them.
Buy one and wrap it with School of Santas.
All right, Rex, you've been awful quiet, man. That's not like you to. Sorry.
No, I've been having technical difficulties here. I don't know what happened. I guess my computer's not used to being off for 10 days or 12 days.
It's mad at you.
It's acting up. I'm having to work from my iPad and trying to jump around so that I can see all the comments, because I'm having to look at them somewhere else. So,
how's Rusty?
I'm sorry?
How's the cat?
He bit me in the eye. He was so mad at me for being gone that long. And he yelled at me all night. I hardly got any sleep that first night because he was up there in my face yelling at me, even though I talked to him every day while I was gone.
Seriously.
Now there's a story to that, guys. Go ahead and tell them what that story is, Rex.
Well, around my house, I have these Echo devices from Amazon, the Alexa things, and remotely I can drop in on them and listen to what's going on in the house and stuff. And I can broadcast through them. So every night I would drop in on one and start calling my cat's name, Ricky. And he would walk up to the Echo device and talk back to me. And Mel heard it, I know.
That was
I
cool.
think Bob heard it once.
I heard it.
He talks to you.
He talks to me.
Yep.
I was mistaken.
He yells at me when he's mad, too.
Oh, you can tell when he's mad.
So now the world knows that Santa Rex is one of those cat people.
Hey, and think about this. His name Ricky.
Well, we used to have 2 cats. The other one's name was Lucy.
Oh, there you go.
So you can guess what one of my favorite TV shows was.
Well, I can't think of their name, the couple, and they're in a lot of the different events that you go to. They have the 2 little dogs in the carriage.
Yeah.
And you know their dogs' names, don't you?
Mm-mm.
I never asked.
Miss Kitty and Mr. Dillon.
Oh, Gunsmoke.
Yeah,
That's right.
That's their cat, their dogs' names.
Very cool.
That is right.
What was your take on the T&L stuff? And just out of curiosity, what was your take on the things that we did to try to help your school step up a notch or 2?
What was my take on it?
Yeah.
You guys took over the whole school. You guys brought it up a level, brought the sound system, the interviewing, made people feel like they were special, which they were anyways being there. But it just brought a whole nother level of professionalism to the school.
AJ, what was your favorite part of the week that you spent there?
Barney Fife.
That was pretty cool. I figured you were just going to tell us that ice cream and cobbler, because I noticed you were down there every night with your dad.
Yeah, the cobbler was so good and the ice cream was too.
Yep, it was. Of course, we hung out way too late down there, most of us. You'd go in, and if you didn't get in there early, that cobbler, was getting pretty thin there for a while, and I was worried, but Spank would go over to the front desk and say, "Bring up some more cobbler," and they'd bring a whole new pan up there.
Next year, I'll have to make sure that Miss Kitty and Dylan get their certificates as well. I didn't know they weren't on my roster. Otherwise, I would have done that.
There's our friend Barney Five.
That's
he was in our office.
Yeah, Deanna Golden was amazing too with her presentation. you know, and then Rachel coming in and doing her shtick, you know, and just, you know, this community is elevating into the clauses more so than just Santa.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
I think that's important for us to, you know, reiterate that to our audience that Mrs. Claus is as important as Santa and a very, very, you know, needed part of your portrayal. And Rex is one to testify to that, I would think.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm gonna tell you what, guys. Speaking of Rachel King and her performance with Deanna, I was reviewing some of the video that Bob took today of that, and as soon as I can get it all edited and put together, I'm gonna send it to Rachel, get her approval, and then hopefully, Spangle, we can get a copy of it posted up on the School of Santa alumni page.
Sure.
That'd be great.
Yeah. We, you know, the School of Santas is very much even though the name is School of Santas, it's very much the School of the Clauses because, as you can tell by the instructors we bring in, we're very strong on the women's side too.
Yep.
Well, I'll tell you what amazed me this year, and maybe it's because you held it twice this year, but that second weekend, we had such a large contingent of not only first-time School of Santa attendees, but first and second year clauses.
Yes.
It just blew my mind how many there were in that second school.
Yeah. You know what really blew my mind at the whole school?
Not much telling.
We only caught Rex in one nap.
I'll tell you what, man.
Sorry about that.
What was that?
That
was my
Mel.
breakthrough.
That was Top Gun.
Yes, it was.
All right, so we're gonna break out a new trivia session, trivia with Mel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of asking a question, we're gonna play a tune and see if you can name that tune.
That was
Just
my
What is
three
that?
bars
2
up.
seconds? Like 2 seconds or something like that?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
I
I
love
could,
music.
me too. If I could say one thing that was really, really cool, and I want to shout out to little Grace. Grace, you know, she's an elf. I think Grace, if I get the name wrong, I'm sorry. Sparkle's the elf, or
No, it's Holly.
Holly the elf. That's it, Holly the elf. She was amazing. Not only was she a wonderful interview, but she got up there dancing with Larry Shaw. She got up there to help with all different kinds of workshops. Grace, we are so proud of you. You're such a refreshing face, and we can't wait to see you each and every year as you grow with us. So keep being awesome because you are amazing, Grace.
Yeah, she even came up and helped us on our panel discussion there that last weekend, that last
Sure
evening.
did.
Yeah.
She did.
Yep,
She was
she's
just
great.
super.
And again, just wanted to shout out to all the panelists. That was both of those sessions were phenomenal. You know, and we had Larry Shaw last year, and Jessica came to us there that second week and said, "Well, some of our panelists from the first week has left, already gone back home. We need a few people, so you know, we thought of Larry, and you know, Larry kind of took a lot of ribbon from a lot of us all 2 weeks that he was there. We won't go into it. We don't want to embarrass him. But boy, I got to say, Larry, you're quite the cutter, buddy.
Yeah,
Well, look,
he
if
got
you
a
want
new
some
friend.
stories, because I had to room with him that 2 weeks, I got some stories.
I can imagine.
I think Larry had the best School of Santas he's ever had.
Well, you
He
know,
was
he's
having
talking,
fun.
He was smiling a lot more every day, that's for sure.
He
he's
was
talking
having fun.
about moving to Branson,
Hey, that wouldn't surprise me any at all.
getting a second home here.
Yeah, for sure.
Roger and Leah and Grace came to the studio before the school for a session at the Christmas studio. And I want to show, if it'll show up, a picture of Grace. I hope I can, so people can see her.
Hold on a second, Jessica, and let Angie pull it up single view.
Okay.
There you go.
There's our Grace. Isn't
She
she
was
amazing? Yeah. She's just a sweetheart. She's just a sweetheart.
Wow, that's a nice looking sleigh.
I know. It's Santa's transport sleigh. It's the one that the elves use to bring him sandwiches when he forgets that he needs something to eat while he's working.
I see.
You know, and she was never put on the spot. She was all in every time we asked her, asked her to participate. She was all in. She's so wonderful.
Yeah.
That's because she's an elf. I mean, she knows the job.
And Elena, not to forget Elena, Georgetta's niece.
Yes.
I mean, amazing in the kitchen. I mean, she was on that table getting the food dished out, everything else. And then Martin was bored. What'd you do? Well, we'll just leave kind of what happened with Martin and her daughter out of it, because they seem to be buddies, not to make Larry jealous.
You know, between Larry and Martin, I'm thinking we might need to move the school from July to February 14th.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm expecting several wedding invitations in my mail.
Oh my goodness.
Well, Anna Marie and Jody and Georgetta and Elena, those ladies, they did an amazing job in the kitchen and taking care of everybody and then cleaning up afterwards. And, that's a pretty big task. And I don't think people, understand, it's not just a quick throw it together. It's an all day job.
Well,
Speaking of giving credit, I got to give Rex credit. He's one hell of a hamburger and hot dog flipper. Buddy, we were out there in the hots flipping them burgers, and flames was jumping 2-3 feet in the air, and we was trying to keep them down. And I still don't have any hair left on my arm or hand, but that was fun working with Rex this year. And AJ was doing running for us the first week, and we had John out there helping, and we had Deanna's husband. Lenny was out there helping, and it was fantastic.
It was hot. Those flames got high, but we were having a blast.
We had so much fun.
And I didn't hear a single complaint about an underdone or an overdone hamburger.
No, I heard a lot of good compliments on the food, on that food. And of course, we're talking about food. Gosh, man, I got to tell you, we went on a marathon with Spangle and Georgetta. We went back up to Springfield, and here's what he's going to show you. This is what we bought. And when I said marathon, I mean marathon. Just imagine shopping for all this in one afternoon. The people at Sam's Club I don't know, they had some funny looks on their faces as we brought this train to the cash register. And we had a little girl. She says, Santa, come down here. I'll check you out. Think she knew what she's getting herself into. Look at all that. And do you see how far that's like 7 cash registers length worth of food? And that wasn't all of it. That's just what we got at that one stop.
Yeah. That wasn't the ham or the salads or the
Whole pork.
Pork, yeah. So there.
Look who just showed up.
Spangle always has a fear that he's going to run out of food, so he has a tendency to over. Now, for the next 6 months, he's going to be eating cold cut sandwiches.
Hello, Sugar Plum.
I heard.
Yeah, say hi to Sugar Plum.
To supply all that food.
Everyone say hi to Sugar Plum Mary. Hi, Colleen.
Hi.
This is the whole crew that put the except for the kitchen crew, but this is the whole crew.
I did have to have ham steaks for dinner tonight.
That's awesome.
That's why I said you're going to be eating some cold cuts for a while.
That's all right.
Well, people don't realize the massive amount of food other than you saw the train. That's just Sam's. What did I bring? 60 pounds of pulled pork and 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 4, 6, 8, 80 pounds of turkey breast. And God, I don't know how much salad.
Yeah, but I had a Costco run also. I mean, when me and Bob went to Sam's Club, we had to take a 12-foot trailer with us.
We did. And I tell you what, Georgetta and Carol were troopers there. They were right there with us, grabbing stuff. And Spangle say, "Okay, we need cucumbers." Carol say, "How many?" He said, "Oh, I don't know. What do you think?" She said, "I don't know. Let's get 2 boxes." So it was pretty cool. We was having fun at Sam's too. But hey, that mac and cheese, I can't stop thinking about.
Oh,
Oh, did y'all go to mac and cheese restaurant on that road?
Jessica, I
We
took
did.
it easy.
Oh,
You know what?
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised that between the macaroni and cheese place and the Korean tacos.
yes. Korean
Oh my
taco.
gosh! If you come to Springfield, there are pretty much two places you're going to end up with, Spangle. Either at the macaroni and cheese place or the Korean taco place.
Well, now there is a third place, and that's the pineapple. What do they call it, Spangle?
Pineapple whip.
Oh yeah,
Whips.
yeah.
Pineapple whips. You got to go there too.
Now that sounds
Which,
cool.
he's not wrong. He's not wrong. It's awesome.
Hang on,
You-
two places.
You know what the best thing about this live show is? The best thing about doing this TNL Sat Bob's live show is Jessica just said he is not wrong. And this
Oh
is
my gosh.
recorded forever.
I lied. No, just kidding. No, you're
Well,
right.
hey,
It's good. It's good.
I think
You
that's
got
going to be a
good.
good segue to go ahead and let's run into the stuffforsanta.com trivia. So we're going to do that real quick, and we'll be back on the other side of this.
Yeah.
Hello. Hello.
Hey!
Will somebody get you a Happy Meal?
No, don't do that.
You know, I was just thinking, hey, we're going to do this underwear. No, we're not going to do that underwear. Hey, anyways, you know, in the little commercial we got going there, I wonder if people actually realize that that big, long, wide trailer is actually the Stuff for Santa mobile store. Okay, anyways, we're going to do these. I know it's kind of warm outside still, but these are real nice. They got their slippers. They're like a large, extra large. They're big. They're a men's size, but they're comfortable enough. Jessica wore these the other day. They got the little silicone dots on the bottom for you don't slip. Got the nice warm lining inside, and this warm lining, I mean, it's all the way inside. I mean, look at this. You can turn them inside out, and they can be dust clean your floor.
Now, that actually pairs the pair that Jessica wore.
Yeah, Jessica.
Yep.
Yeah. This is not the pair she wore.
Oh, okay. I thought you was giving
Not
away the pair she
actual
wore.
pair.
Hey,
All right, Angela's going to put your question up for you, Spangle.
okay.
I think she is.
Here it comes. I got a feeling.
There
Trivia
it is.
question number 2. When was the Tanger Outlets founded? Now, people don't know, but the Tanger Outlets are just at the bottom of the hill. So, Santa's, you can bring your wives. Mrs. Claus's, you can bring your husband. There's tool stores, hot sauce stores, all kinds of clothing stores down there. Okay, anyways, when was the Tanger Outlets founded? Who was the founder? And what is their corporate headquarters full address? Now,
Now,
Bob,
this is
Bob, you said the full address. You want zip +4?
if they can get that, give it all to me. Because if you have someone that beats someone, but they don't have a full answer, and someone comes along behind them and does have the full answer, it goes to the full answer. If we don't get a full answer, then we'll take the first one. But here's the thing now. We're not talking about the Tanger Outlets in Branson. We're talking about the Tanger Outlet Corporation. When was Tanger Outlets founded? And, I had to do some digging, and I was actually looking for some other key elements to this, but this is what we ended up having. We were running short on time, but this is a good question.
Hey, anybody else that wants some of these? We'll ship you a pair. $5 to ship.
And by the way, Tanger Branson has 70 stores and 3 restaurants.
Well, I feel that they have 4 restaurants. Because to me, the hot sauce store is another restaurant.
That's true too. That's true too.
Oh, those are. Oh, it is Jessica's.
No, I have mine right there. I just can't reach him.
All right, we got a comment here we got to read. This coming from Alan Minix. It was good to see Alan. He says, make sure you visit the Tanger Outlets before you visit Spangle, or you won't have any money left to shop with. True story.
Yeah, I hit up Bath and Body Works. They have a store down there, an outlet store, and I got all kinds of Christmas ones.
Joe, you got part of it. Joe Steffen, you got part of it, buddy. If you can give me the whole address there before somebody else does, you get you a pair of them slippers.
When was the Tanger Outlets founded? Who was the founder? What is their corporate headquarters full address?
I mean, it's block, street, suite, city, state, and zip if you can get it. If you can get all that, you definitely got you a pair of shoes. All right, so while they're checking on that, guys, let's go ahead and chat it up a little bit more about 2023. It was great, but let's talk about 2024 a little bit. What we haven't talked about is who your keynote instructor will be next year, Spangle or Jessica, whoever wants to grab this one.
We got to do this again.
Yeah.
Man, I wish I'd known that before I took everything down. We could have just left everything set up. Keynote speaker, Santa Mac, Jeff McMullen. We're going to be doing 4 days. 2 days will be Jeff McMullen, just like normal. I know you are blown away, Rex Ray.
Wow. I mean, I tell everybody, I've been doing this so long, but Santa Mac is the instructor that taught this Santa how to move. He is amazing. Don't miss next year.
Now, we've seen Mel do that jump. I want to know who taught her how to move.
I learned it by watching you.
I kind of thought it might have been Waylon.
Yeah, probably Waylon. Probably Waylon, who's right here in the cage.
Where he needs to be.
He was coming around, Spangle.
He was. Spangle was feeding him lunch meat. It was hilarious. And I know Mel got a picture of it, a still shot of it, but Spangle was feeding him lunch meat, and he would take 2 steps forward, grab the meat, and take 2 steps back. Spangle would reach out, he'd take 2 more steps back. Spangle would pull his hand in, and he'd take those 2 steps forward. He'd hand him another piece of lunch meat, and he'd go 2 more steps forward. It was a repeat performance for about 5 minutes there while Spangle was feeding him.
I think he fed him about a 1/4 pound of ham. That poor dog was going to have to lose weight too.
I appreciate your kindness to him. Yeah, he was. I think he was a little overwhelmed.
For those who don't know, that is Mel and John's puppy dog.
Waylon.
Well, next year I'm really excited because we're looking for a Santa and Mrs. Claus duel, where we're gonna hopefully find. We've got somebody in mind that's going to be doing a portrayal, like, on the stage of how they interact, how they do things, like a live demonstration, especially for those that are kind of newer, so they can kind of see how to incorporate a Mrs. Claus a little bit. We're looking forward to trying to incorporate a little bit of performance, because this last year we spent a lot on the marketing, because Ed is the master at, helping people to find their opportunities and to elevate their game. And, and Jeff is just so amazing when it comes to the performance side of it. So we're going to kind of lean into that a little bit.
Yeah, I'd like to find, my plans are to bring in somebody that does some stuff maybe with beard care and that, and maybe like home visits and things like that too. Like Jessica said, let's make this a lot more performance oriented.
Angie, can you pull up Waylon, Mel, in a single view?
Oh, yes. Waylon, come here.
Waylon, come back, buddy. We're going to show you off.
Waylon, come here. Come here. Come here.
Here, Waylon.
Oh yeah, he comes to you.
Yeah.
He just wants scratches.
And everybody's been talking about how he acted this past weekend. I thought he was just acting like his namesake.
Waylon, yep. Waylon Jennings, that's him.
Yep.
Yeah. Gonna be good.
Waylon! Waylon!
Don't run.
See,
Yeah.
Spangles talks and he takes off.
I would run too. Run, Waylon, run.
He loves you.
Well, he let me pet him. So was I the only one that got to pet him?
Well, no, I
You
think-
know, at the end of every road, there's a city, right?
Yes.
I got to pet him. He liked me.
He likes everybody.
He does.
No, we don't.
He just
All right,
has
guys,
different
let's
ways of
let's
showing
start
it.
thinking about what we're gonna our final thoughts are gonna be here. Anybody want to take it and tell us what their overall thought was for the 2 weeks we had?
Man, come
Anything
to
we
this
haven't talked
school.
about pops to mind?
You're missing something out in your training in your life if you don't come to this school. It's not just a school. It sounds so cliche, but it's like a family. It's a way of life, and it's just it is so different than other schools, folks. If you haven't come, please come. If you've come before, please come again because it's dynamic. And
Well,
I mean, look,
and that's what this has turned into, Mel. A big portion of folks that have come, they want to come back. That's why you saw 75% already sold out just from this year, for next year.
And,
You know-
I firmly believe you're not going to find a better value in a Santa school anywhere in this country. I've been to most. I do a lot of research into the schools, and there's not a better value for your dollars than the School of Santa. You will not learn as much for so little anywhere else. I promise you.
Because it incorporates entertainment, food, your education. There's just
Brotherhood,
so much to
sisterhood.
it. Yeah, and I think that was one of the things that really impressed Ed about our school is that he was just like, the atmosphere is so relaxed and welcoming. He said, he says, even Ed came away learning stuff and felt like, this was something that even he's like, this has just been an amazing school. And him, just like you, Rex, has been to a lot of them. So yeah, I think we really got something good here, guys. I think we just need to keep on
Keep it
doing
on.
what
Keep
we
it on.
do.
Keep it on. Now, two
Keep
things
on,
that
keep
I
on.
thought,
That's right.
two things that I really liked about what happened here is one of the Santas, Stephen Price. I've been asking him to come for about 5 years now. Hey, come check out the school that we run. Come check it out. Come check it out. Oh, I've been to school. And everything is fine. And he finally came, and his wife came this time, and they already put their card in for the next time. Yeah.
Well,
so
I
that's-
even heard Ed Taylor say he was coming back next year. So if that don't speak, volumes, nothing does.
Well, yeah. And another thing that was cool, I thought was funny, is I up on the stage, I asked for a show of hands on who planned on coming again next year, and so that people raised their hand. This guy looked around, said he never even talked to his wife about coming. He looked around, then he looked the other way, and his wife had her hand up. He said, "You got to fill out the cards."
that is
Scott,
awesome.
what's your thoughts? Winding down the show here from the 2 weeks that we spent. Besides how tired we was.
I think that next year, Spangle, wanting it or not, with the 1 week, we may even step it up a little more.
I don't know.
I think a week is just plenty.
Well, I'm telling you, the 3 days between the weeks, I think that, Spangle went out of his way to keep us entertained and do stuff. But I think Rex and Bob and I would love to have those 3 days with nothing to do. We're happy doing
Sleep.
I slept in those 3 days. I didn't get up till after 10 all 3 of those days. So
between the schools, we did Esther. We went out to eat as a group. We did the Butterfly Palace. We did Beyond the Lens, and we did what was the other one? We did one other location.
I did photo shoots.
Yeah, but we
Yeah, great photo shoots.
But folks that didn't come, you got to realize this team
Oh, the
reunion here was up between 7:30 and 8 or before most every morning, and most of us didn't get to bed till what, probably close to 11 o'clock every night, back to our rooms.
Speak for yourself. That's 12, 12:30, 1 o'clock for me.
Yeah, I was going to say, why did Scott go to sleep so early?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
You guys are
Hey,
party
not to mention the buffet twice. We did the buffet, which is another thing we haven't talked about. That grand buffet is hey, good
That's
food.
amazing.
You can eat all you want. Plenty of dessert. Waitresses are phenomenal.
Bob, I
Hey,
think you and I
we
and people did it 3 times.
I think
We
we did.
mentioned
I know
it
we did.
just for a second, but hey, what about Esther, Queen
Oh my
Esther?
God!
Not a better show. That's got to be one of my top shows I've ever seen. Absolutely. That auditorium is second to none. Whoever came up with the idea of putting that together, the production crew, the folks who built all those sets. Oh my God, it was like a town. I mean, it's crazy. I couldn't even turn my head for them to see back to the left or right. And the lighting, the animals. I mean, oh my goodness, it was so cool. And I hear they've got what's that, Spangle?
We're gonna do the Sight and Sound next Wednesday next year, also before this thing. But I did get notification that the group rate is going up to $78 a ticket.
You know what though? It's worth every penny of it. That
And
show was just unbelievable.
But
Well, not
that
not
also
just
gives
the
you an
show.
idea. Go
The
ahead.
production was such that the only pictures Scott took was of all the sound system and all the stuff like that. He was so amazed.
What was it?
It's the only pictures he could take.
300 channel soundboard, 7 desktop computers that ran all the animation and everything in it. That's not including all the people. I mean, these buildings turned and twisted, and they had, you could see that when the building moved out to the front of the set and then went back by itself, it wasn't run by people. It was run by those computers. And I can't tell you how, I mean, I was just in awe, and I looked at Deanna and I said, so I'll try, but I don't think I can make that happen. And she said, I wouldn't expect any less. So I've got a challenge coming up.
Live horses going to the audience.
When the set would come up from the below, and it would come up, and then it would go back down, and then another just as beautiful, just as amazing set would come up again. There had to have been like a carousel.
8 or 10 of them down there.
Well, I was thinking carousel. That's what I thought too, Jessica. That was my thought.
But there were multiple places they come out of the floor, and some of them were farther back. I can't imagine how many millions of dollars they spent just to erect the building. The catwalks above it were crazy. It was like above, up in the ceiling of just catwalks to make this production go over. And then they take it all down and ship it to it's all hand built, and they ship it to Pennsylvania. And then they bring in Noah's Ark and Joseph's coat, and I just
Jesus. I mean, all the different and what really truly, I've got to say, I'm an emotional person, but that ending to the Esther brought me to tears. I literally, when they started speaking about God and God's power and just the whole production and it winding down and the story behind Esther, dude, I was boohooing like a little baby.
Well, and it just proved
he was kind of into tears too. I'm sorry, when he found out he wouldn't be sitting next to Rex.
Well, it just shows to you that sometimes you just got to let go and let God, and that's
exactly what's the message. That was the message.
Just have faith. Have faith.
It always works out when you put your heart and your soul and your trust in God. Mel.
Yeah. Amen.
There you go.
That is the truth. Let go and let God, folks.
Yeah.
There's already a plan.
Well, one thing I will say is that we were there 2 or 2.5 hours, and there was not a minute during that performance that you lost interest.
No. No.
It is mesmerizing the entire time.
Kept you on the edge of your seat the whole way because the story is so well told. You know, it's acted out to the T, and it's just second to none.
And the sound system is unbelievable. I mean, you heard everybody, and if they were on the right side, all the speakers shifted to the right. If you're on the left side and they were talking on the speakers, it was like they were actually talking. That's how they had it all stationed out. I mean, I was in awe and so jealous not to be able to sit back there in the back and just watch them work. You know, but I'm that technical side.
And the singing was just, I mean, on point. I mean, the singing was just incredible. Esther herself was, wow, what a talented woman. I don't know what her name is, but I want to know because she was just amazing.
Well, her friends call her the Queen.
Yeah. Okay, Jessica, tell everyone where they can go to sign up for the school for next year. Mike Kreninger is asking that question.
You want to go to schoolofsantas.com and you'll see where it says Tanya Lay's name, which Spangle, if you want to give her the phone number, because I can't remember it offhand, but you do.
No, I got to go get it.
Oh, you do?
I know it. Wait.
Do I have it?
It's Tanya. You just contact Tanya Lay, and her information is right there at the schoolofsantas.com website.
Right.
She's also got her email there, and you just let her know. And right now, you can put down $100 deposit is all that is required to reserve your seat. And once your seat is reserved, then the remaining balance of 199 is due about a month or two right before school. See, it's a 417-335-2707.
There you go.
It's
800-432-4202.
Yeah, and it's always the third weekend in July, which this next year will be the 18th through the 21st on the 2024 calendar. And but yes, contact Tanya. She will take your reservation, and then she also, like I said, does the admission for the school, so it's all in one felt swoop.
And you do your hotel reservation with her as well.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
and if you want to go to the Sight and Sound Theater next year, get on that list. We go as a group. That's all paid separately for the Sight and Sound. And we do a dinner too before Sight and Sound that we'll all go to.
Are you trying to do that the day before?
We're going to do that Wednesday night after the balloons?
Or is it going to be the before the balloons or after the balloons?
After the balloons.
Okay.
one to three going to do balloons. Dinner will be at 5, and then we'll go to the show.
So that I encourage everybody to come in on Wednesday afternoon and partake in the production. It may not be Queen Esther next year. It may be the Ark or Noah's Ark or one of the others. You won't know that till next year, will you, Spangle?
Well, right. I don't know which one will be playing, but you said that you encourage everybody to come on Wednesday. I would actually encourage everybody to come on Tuesday. That way they can be in the audience and watch how the Tuesday Night Live show is broadcasted.
That's cool.
We do it live from the school, so.
And we can also put them to work, help setting up.
Yeah.
Well, I like that idea.
I was going to say, hey, Mel, will you stay with me while I'm working on Wednesday evening, putting everything up because Spangle and Scott and Bob are all at the show.
I'll hang out with
If
you.
we can get everybody in on
I'll be there.
Tuesday to help on Wednesday, then maybe we can all go to the show too on Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Why would you want to be at the show, Jessica?
Because I love the shows.
I know you said stay with you that way when everybody else goes.
Well, because it's who's gonna set up when you guys are all running around having fun? Somebody's got to set up the school.
Well, our side we'll get our side done in one day.
We're just gonna use picnic tables in the parking lot.
I'll just put tables in the parking lot.
IOC, bring your own chair.
I got your back, boo. We're okay.
AYOB. There you go. There you have it. Hey, let's give the answers to the trivia questions and the winners at this point, guys. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. So, schoolofsantas.com for a chance for a drawing. Your name in the hat for drawing for 2024. What year was the American Inn in Branson originally built? 1991. When was it last renovated? This year, 2023, which they done a very good job on, by the way. There's 4 floors, 100 rooms, and I think we had just about every one of them, Spangle.
Yeah.
And the total event space that Spangle had, and then some, because they don't count the closets, I don't think, but 6,247 square feet. And our winner is Angela.
It was Rob Wood on YouTube.
How about that? We had a YouTube winner tonight. Cool.
Great job.
Did you get that, everybody?
Rob,
Did you hear? Rob Wood is our winner. So, Rob, your name goes in the hat for the chance of a drawing. Drawing will be about a month before, sometimes in June, I guess, the 1st of June. I don't remember the exact date when we drew this year, but that's when the drawing will be. So, stay tuned for that.
He would have to win.
Well, he's an alum
Stop
too.
while you're ahead.
Yeah, you might as well stop while you're ahead.
Quit robbing all the thunder.
Oh gosh.
Come on, next answer.
Why did you say that, Spangle? Give us an explanation.
What?
Give us an explanation.
Why would I say he would have to win?
Yeah.
Would.
Would. Okay, I got you. All right. Let's
Bob
move on to
Burns' car, he's a little
stuffforsanta.com
slow.
trivia. When was Tanger Atlas founded? That was founded in 1981. The founder was Stanley K. Tanger. The corporate headquarters full address is 3200 North Line Avenue, Suite 360, Greensboro, North Carolina, 27408. And our winner? Scott Becker wins that one. Scott, you get a pair of house shoes, buddy. How about that? Good job, guys. Good job. All right, so hey, we've been on the air for almost an hour and a half here, so let's start thinking about winding this down.
Well, can I bring up something I'm really excited about?
Yes.
I am so excited about a new school. School of Santas is in July, and it's awesome. But I can't wait to go to this new school in San Antonio. North Pole Cornerstones is going to be amazing. Rex, can you enlighten folks about this?
Well, I mean, it is. It's going to be a whole new experience. 2 really great schools that have been around a while are collaborating to put this together. It's going to be a wholly new, unique, and entertaining and interactive education experience. We're going to do it in San Antonio, Texas, in February of 2024, that very first weekend. And we're going to go out. We're going to have a little excursion out from the school. We're going to have some evening interactive classes. We're going to do some filming, giving everyone the opportunity to do their portrayal on video so they can have that to take home with them. To study themselves, doing their thing. We've got a lot of new and innovative things coming your way, folks. So npcornerstones.com. That's npcornerstones.com to get yourself on our mailing list. We picked the hotel. We're going to be at the Marriott Northwest in San Antonio. And we're going to put that out in the newsletter here in the next week or so.
Can we share a couple of vendors that we've already got saying yes to us?
Since 2 of them are sitting right here beside me and over top and kind of off to the angle, Spangles is going to be there. Jessica Rose is going to be there, make one of her new rare appearances outside of Springfield.
I swore I wasn't going to travel this next year, except for School of Santas, but I'm going to come out for North Pole Cornerstones. So it's going to be one of the few ones that I'm going to go to this next year.
Yeah, and trust me, we had to twist her arm a little bit to get her to do this, but we wanted that quality photography work there. So we thank you, Jessica, for being a vendor. Spangle, you too, for supporting us and being a vendor. And we've got others that have already signed up. We'll be listing them real soon.
But Rex, I'm just looking so forward to see all the new innovative ways that are going to be expressed there. And don't forget, School of Santa's. You don't want to miss it in July, that third weekend in July as well. But we'd love to see you guys in February. It's going to be a new twist on the clauses.
Yeah, for sure. And we kind of had Spangle and Jessica over a barrel because we were going to go on strike if they wasn't coming.
Well, you know what? I'm absolutely, without a doubt, and honored to support you and Tuesday Night Live and Deanna Sat Bob's and Santa Nana. I mean, I consider all of you close personal friends. So how could I not be there? How could I not be there?
Look at Spangle. Poor Spangle. Now, are you going to hit ride with him?
No, we do not drive together. No. We drive separately.
Okay, I got a comment here I've got to read to y'all. Alan Minix, who was at the school this last, matter of fact, they were there both weeks. He's telling Scott Becker, you don't even have to break the shoes in; they're already broke in. Because Jessica broke them in for him.
Well, and let me tell you, when I looked at those slippers, because my slippers finally died, like my real house slippers finally, you know how you get that pair of slippers that are just so comfortable, you go check the mail in them, you just you can't let them go. Well, they finally died, and I was looking at, I have a bunch of stuff, because we're getting ready to post a great deal of products to, now that the school's over and we'll have more time. There's so many products that are coming out on the Stuff for Santa website that I have a feeling that you guys are just going to go nuts when you see all the stuff that's coming, because it's amazing. I mean, even me, I'm like going, wow, I got to have that. And I'm not a clause.
You don't know the half of it, Jessica. Spangle showed me a picture of the ship that's coming across. It's got about 3,000 of those sea land containers on it. And I think 2/3 of them are his.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
There's a lot of new stuff that's coming out. You guys are going to be blown away, and ready to have all this stuff for the Christmas season. It's going to be incredible. But I was sitting there, I was looking at it, and it was in my pile of stuff that needed to be photographed. And I was like, well, you know what? I'm going to throw them on, and I'll, just try them out. Man, they are so comfortable. I was just blown away by that. So I was super, super impressed. Super impressed.
And another thing, Jessica, the new beard products he's got are amazing. I've been using them from the company he gets those from before he got them, and I can't say anything bad about them. I love them. The scents are great, and he's going to step it up one more level with these folks. So I'm excited to see what else he comes out with on the beard products.
I'll have to default to you on that one. I don't have much experience in the beard category.
Well, I'm just you're the house shoe specialist.
Oh yeah. But
all right, so we got one other comment here I want to read real quick because it's kind of interesting. Gene and Janet Goetz in San Antonio says that they can walk to school in February. They only live a few blocks from the hotel.
You know what? That's awesome. That's awesome.
Well, they have no excuse not to be there then, right?
They don't have any excuse. That's right. And they better be on time, right?
Well, now, I think I met, was it 2 or 3 in Branson that pretty much could walk to the School of Santa's in Branson because they live right there.
Yeah, that's true too.
But they don't walk because you see them hills,
Did you see Connie's comment?
No.
Yes, Connie, AJ's mom has put a comment up there for you, buddy.
Oh no.
I know. I saw the comment, and then I saw AJ lean to the side and go,
I did too. I noticed that. Connie says, "Can you block AJ from the website? She may go broke."
Yeah, and AJ's like, no.
What we need is everybody out there that's watching tonight, and those that are going to watch us on the recorded versions, to do just like Santa AJ has done, okay, and get your name in the hat for School of Santa's 2024. As Spangles has already said, there's not many open spots left if everyone who's going to return follows through. So make that registration early. AJ's already got his name in the hat. Santa AJ, good for you, and we're looking forward to seeing you again next year there.
Oh, I
Yeah,
have this.
so you got to get your $100 deposit in by the end of September. And then the remaining balance isn't due until I think the end of May. Is that when we have it set, right?
About that, yeah.
Yeah, it breaks it up into 2 payments. So it's, it makes it a little bit easier to afford, but definitely want to get your deposit in by the end of September. Cause like I said, I think we are going to have a sold out capacity this year.
Well,
And
I'd like
I
to
can
see a
tell you,
record.
Tanya, if you want to pay it sooner than that, she'll take you.
And I'd like to see a record breaking. Everybody get out there, buy your seat, and have it done by September. That way we can break a record.
Yeah.
We want to see a sellout by the end of September for School of Santa's 2024.
Do we need to do another TNL telethon here to get the sales done by then?
Hey, I tell you what, that was good in Branson. They worked on that and got us some subscriptions to the YouTube channel for TNL. That was a lot of fun. And Rex, you and Angela, I got to say, you guys worked so well together in Branson, and it was really heartwarming to be able to go out and be the cameraman for Mel, and what you guys at the anchor desk. All 3 of you got to be commended. You did a fantastic job.
Oh, we had
Well,
fun.
we had a great guest in Santa AJ was there to help us out. And
That's
we
right.
had a great
That's right.
guest.
Exactly. The first week.
Shows and the first week, and then of course Angie Mack was there the second. And I'm gonna tell you, Bob, you might start to wonder. She's a whole lot nicer to work with than you are.
A lot prettier.
We
too, right?
love Angela.
Yeah, like a lot better looking too.
Big shout out to Angela. She's awesome.
Yes.
What's that, Scott?
I said she's a lot prettier than you too.
Yeah,
There she is. Yay.
But we none of us could do what we do as far as 10L Productions and all the remotes and the stuff when Bob and I travel and we can't do it without Rex hauling our stuff to the room. We got 3 minutes to be on the show and just pulling in after driving all day, and then Angela's ready for us and I'm sure it's not easy on her when we wander around and say, well, we're going to be on 7 hours today. You don't have a problem with that, do you? And she just goes and goes on. So
realize
she's stuck producing it the whole time.
That Tuesday night she was on, she got there just a little bit before the show herself. Sitting next to me live on the set, she had 2 computers set up. She's working them both, popping things in and out, putting up the commercials, putting up the banners, and still looking fabulous and doing a great job live on air. So,
usually she's behind the scenes and makes us all look like we're doing this effortlessly.
Hey, that's the way Rex.
They're doing this.
Yeah, I watched your Randall while I was driving back from Spangles to the storage unit. I got to watch a little bit of the Randall and Bob show, and it was hilarious listening to you, like when you turned the wheel.
Yeah.
I
was like, wee.
My phone is perfect above the airbag in the center of the steering wheel, and the round part it lodges in there perfect. So, it's a great phone holder. You just got to put it with the turning upside down.
Well,
when I first did that, Randall says, "I sure hope that's not you going upside down, Bob." No, it's just a steering wheel.
If you didn't watch the show yesterday, go on YouTube and watch the show, and then while you're there, hit subscribe. Because
there you go. Hey, and I gotta say, Scott
great.
and I are, again, we want to give Rex kudos. He's the only one out of the whole bunch of us that knows how to read instructions.
For sure.
If it's not pictures from Scott, I can't do it.
Bob,
I'm in touch with my feminine side.
Well, the other thing is that Bob's steering wheel camera on the show yesterday reminds me of Spangle walking out to the trailer when you're on FaceTime or something with him. It's like just being seasick. You see the gravel and you see the sky and then you see the wall and you see a truck, and I mean it's just like you're on the sea.
Some people can duplicate that while they're just on FaceTime with you from their bed. So, Scott,
we got a new trailer coming too.
Yeah, we heard. I know.
He does. He does. He showed me pictures today. Sure, it's nice. But it's not going to be a store. It's going to be a mobile Santa studio. So,
Yep.
Tracy, he says him and Liz are glad to see everyone made it home and safely, and they already missed us all. Same here, Tracy. And again, we gave kudos to you and Liz earlier in the show for the help that you guys gave us on not only setting up, Liz and Carol working, putting the trees up, decorating, but tear down. That's where we really needed it. We were all gassed. We didn't have a lot left in the tank. And you and John, Melissa's husband, gosh, y'all were godsends. Thank you so much. And Liz, thanks.
Yeah, Tracy, we look forward to seeing you in San Antonio.
Yeah, yep, they're coming, and looking forward to that. All right, guys. Well, heck, we've been on here an hour and 40 minutes. I'm sure everybody's tired of hearing us rant on and go on about it. But you know, we had such a good time, and can't wait to do it again after I get a little bit of rest. I wouldn't say I'd want to do it this week, but maybe next week we'll feel a bit different. But thanks everyone for everything they done. 15 days in Branson was phenomenal. My head was spinning. My back is sore. I'm sore all over. I slept 10.5 hours a day, and I may sleep 12 tomorrow. Who knows?
Well, I want to say thank you to the TNL audience for putting up with all our shenanigans, for us being off script the whole time. You know, we've got a great audience here on Tuesday
We
night
do,
live
absolutely.
and on Mondays for the Bob Randall and Company show. So we got to make sure we give kudos to them.
Well, I think if anybody watching this, they need to take 5 things away from this show, okay? They need to take away the Tuesday Night Live show, 12:25 on YouTube. They need to take away npcornerstones.com. They need to take away holidayphotomagic.com. They need to take away stuffforsanta.com and schoolofsantas.com.
That's correct. Those are the supporters of everything that the books that you see on the screen. We're a family. We truly are a family. Couldn't ask for a better bunch of folks to be associated with, and you know, just to spend time with, not only working together, but on the phone together, on video calls together. We've got to throw Judy Broderick and Deanna Golden in on this as far as cornerstones go, and Chrissy Kovic, that are also part of the team. Scott, Rex, and myself, and of course our spouses are those that have spouses. Thanks to them for letting us do what we do. You know, it's a lot to deprogram ourselves from the last 15, 16 days. But gosh dang, man, it was fun.
Yes, it was.
And we
I
need
have
to
one
thank our-
comment though.
Okay.
One thing. One
I don't
thing.
believe it's one.
It's just one. One last thing to close out the show. You ready?
Yep.
Give me a ho.
Oh,
Oh,
Give me a ho ho.
Oh,
Give me a ho ho ho.
oh,
What does that spell?
School of Santa.
how many times did we hear that in 15 days? Oh my gosh.
Thank
Well,
you, guys.
We
anyhow,
turned Branson upside down 2023. Next year, we're going to set it on fire.
amen.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Literally?
All right. Say
No.
goodnight, Angela.
Good night, Angela.
Good night, Angela.
good night, Angela.
Angela.
Good night, Spangle.
Good night,
Good night,
Spangle.
everybody.
Good night,
Jess.
Michael.
Mel,
Good
Scott, Rex, AJ, thank you, buddy, for coming in. Thank you for being a good sport. And thank you to everyone. Remember to join us for the next Tuesday Night Live each week, 7 p.m. Central. Same class time, same class channel. Count your blessings, not your sorrow. And I always have to say that for, you know,
Mo and Rex.
our friends down in Killeen, Texas. Mo and Eric. I even saw them on the elevator the other day, and I hollered that at them. And, of course, It's an inside joke. But count your blessings, not your sorrows, because I was telling them to count their blessings. Have a blessed week. Until next time, on behalf of Angela, myself, Spangle, Jessica, Mel, Scott, Rex, AJ, and everybody involved in the last 15 days, I'm Santa Bob McMaster saying good night. Never stop learning. Always, always let your claws heart shine bright. Hope to see you back here on Tuesday next week. And Monday, next week's guest is oh my goodness.
John.
Sean Marshall White. Sorry, Sean. I'm tired, but that's our guest next week. So tune in for that, guys. Thanks, everyone.
Bye. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.